Beautiful is that, folks? How about it? Welcome to Life in Architecture. I'm your host, Daniel, and this is part 4. This is part 4 of how in the heck do you find your first real estate property to live in to replace your rental income. Okay, so we've made it through a long way here. This is the home stretch. This is the last video, folks. I'm out here at the Blackwell Forest Preserve. This is in DuPage County. It's kind of the western kind of outskirts of DuPage County. I actually Googled it, and this is by far the most popular forest preserve in DuPage County. And having moved around here recently, very recently, I like to take advantage of the amenities. So before we crack into the practical, give me a minute or two, but I want to emphasize a couple things that I think people need to hear, because I've been in stages that I feel like a lot of folks are in. And let me chat with you. Let big bro Daniel chat with you here for a second. I challenge you, wherever you live, wherever you're watching this, to Google top forest preserves to visit in X, wherever you're at. Top tourist attractions, top fun activities to do in X, and see that list. There may be stuff like right across from where you live that you've never done. I'm telling you. Why am I telling you? Because this is the case with me. I live right across from a pretty major, as far as the region goes, pretty major attraction. And I've lived there for more than a year, and I haven't been there. So everybody gets caught in this, right? So Google that, take a look, and make the commitment to go to at least one this week or this month. Okay? Resist the urge to have the thinking, I'll eventually do it. When I retire, that's when I'm going to have my fun. That's when I'm going to go out. That's when I'm going to go out and enjoy beautiful forest preserves just like this. This water's really clear. I'm like so surprised at how, and I think it comes out in the video too, amazingly. Okay, so that's my soapbox, folks. Things that I think about here about, enriching your life. They're universal principles. I'm speaking it because I also need to hear this for myself a lot, right? So go out, take a look at what amenities your area has and enjoy them right to the fullest. Let me give you guys a different look here of the trees in the background. Okay, so rant over, right? We're about 3.5 minutes in. So now let's get back to the practical. We're going to get you all, we're going to get you guys and gals and everything in between a brand new property to replace your rent or to get you out of your folks' home, right? Nothing wrong with living at your folks' home as long as you're stacking that money. Stack that money, work your W-2 job because you'll need it for the loan, right? It's part of part 1. Okay, part 4. Here we go. So, by this stage, when you're in this stage of looking, submitting offers and going through the process, you're gonna become very keenly aware that there's a lot of people skills required for purchasing real estate. And here's a golden nugget for you all. Very, very key, very key. I can't tell you how important this is. And trust me, again, just like I said about the previous thing, I have to hear this too a lot of times. Resist the urge when things get confusing, when things get frustrating, when you haven't heard from your realtor in a day or the lender in a day. Resist the urge to send an email and say, hey, I didn't hear from you yesterday. Tell me blah, 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 blah. Resist the urge. Because folks, this is only going to make the process harder. So what do you do? Okay, this goes into project management, which I have the privilege to have a lot of experience in. Project management, leadership without authority. What does that mean? Instead of, hey, I didn't hear from you yesterday, I say, hey, good morning. Hope your day's going well. Just wanted to check in with you. Have we heard anything about X? Hey, is there anything I could do? Is there anything more I could provide? Just wanted to check in, making sure that, things are smooth and there's nothing else I could provide. Have the mind frame of everybody because this is the reality, right? I mean, it's very easy to just be like, they're going to make money off of me. Why aren't they like going quick? Why don't I hear something like same day? Have the mentality, and remember this, my entire team, my realtor, my lawyer, my lender, even the seller and all their folks, we're on the same boat. And how can I make it so that we're rowing together, right? This classic project management skill. So that is a huge thing. It's so much that it applies to the entire sequence here that I've been talking about. And again, this is a good time to put a disclaimer. I'm not a pro at real estate. I am a real estate investor. I've had a lot of success in real estate, done 4 to 5 deals, or a couple more maybe, help friends and family out with some more. But, this isn't professional advice. Seek the advice of your realtor, of your lawyer. That aside, I'll say, okay, we can move on, right? So we have the relationship dynamic figured out. I'm telling you, if you adopt that, it's going to go smooth, a lot smoother than otherwise if you frustrate yourself. So now, what are we doing, right? So we're looking at properties, let's say we are under contract, right? It's going to be grueling. They're going to ask you to flip over your mattress and get out that document that you haven't seen in 20 years and scan it and provide it to them. It's just a little bit of an exaggeration, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes they ask you to dig up some really old stuff, and just be patient, because hey, at the end of the day, you're going to be replacing your rental income. You're going to be moving out of your parents' basement. So yeah, be patient with it. Provide what's needed at the time it's needed. Stay calm. Do a lot of meditation. Go out in nature just like this. And pretty soon, a couple weeks later, they're going to schedule you for a closing. When you're scheduled for a closing, beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. Because that means the difficult stuff is almost behind you completely. So moving forward, you're looking at, making sure, working with your lender. Don't make any crazy purchases. Don't make any weird transfers. Don't make any, all these things that you really, talk to your lender about this, because any little thing with your finances could throw the entire deal off, right? So you want to just be coasting, just be coasting. Have your record look clean. Have your credit look clean. No car purchases, nothing like that. And then you're going to close on this property, this cosmetic fixer-upper. And you're going to have a lot of work to do, right? Hopefully, ideally, if you follow the steps that I'm telling you about in the previous steps, you're going to have something that you can move into right away. Excellent. So you move in, you create a schedule of all the things that need to be done. Paint, for sure, you're going to need new paint mostly everywhere. New paint in the bathrooms. Paint your cabinets. Resist the urge to tear down walls. Resist the urge. You do not want to do this. You want to work with the existing floor plan. And if there's something that you don't like in a deal that you're assessing in a floor plan, I would say as a first-time buyer, walk away. Walk away from it, because there's plenty of deals that have a floor plan that work for you, right? Okay, so assess, you have your property, assess all the work that you need to do, right? Then you're going to go on Yelp and you're going to type in local painters, and they're going to come up with a bunch, maybe 6, 7, 8. submit something. They have an option there that says submit a project for bid. You're going to take some pictures, put a quick explanation, and throw it for bid. Wait for people. They're going to contact you immediately, right? And you want to stay away from contractors that have less than 10 reviews. You want contractors that have close to 5 stars and have, like, ideally dozens of reviews, you know, more than 20, more than 30. Then they have something, they have skin in the game to really be, you know, do well by you. This is the best way to find contractors, guys. Everybody always asks me, what's the best way to find contractors? This is it. So Yelp, Angie's List. You could even, you know, as a third source for checking on reviews, go on Google, look them up. You know, before you select your contractor, especially if you don't have experience, get 2 or minimum 3 quotes on whatever work you're doing. I say, just to throw a number out, any work you're doing that's over $1,000. Get some quotes. Get to know the work, right? And at the end of it, you know, once you budget for this, it could be several months, it could be a year or two down the line, you are going to have, you know, again, no promises, I'm not a pro, but you're most likely, 99% of the time, you're going to have a piece of property that has appreciated. If you put, for example, $20,000, $30,000, you're gonna have a piece of property that has appreciated 70 to maybe 120K. And it, you know, these are the steps, right? When people say, you know, you got to do real estate right, this is what they mean, right? This is what I wish. These 4 videos are what I wish I had when I was starting out, you know, 2007, 2008, when I came back from Iraq. And that's it. And guess what? You can say, hey, this is it. You know, this is a bunch of cool stuff I learned from this, you know, cool guy that goes into nature. I'm just going to live in this house forever. I have some good equity. Equity means the amount of money that your property's worth versus what the loan is for, versus what you paid for it. I have good equity. I have a big enough space for my family. I'm going to ride off into the sunset and pursue other things. I'll let you know. The beauty is in real estate is the options, and you don't have to do that. Most people actually don't do that. Like me, you start liking the process, and you start seeing the vision of the people around you that may be renting or may not be satisfied with the place they're living, with the house they're living in, with the neighborhood, with the community. And then you start saying, hey, I could probably help them out. Let me help them out. And I encourage you to do so because it's very rewarding. That's why I do this. So most likely you're probably going to go off on a journey of a couple of years and of, like, cyclically, you know, upgrading your home every 5 to 6 years. And guess what? Then you can end up like me. You know, I've been in this journey for a long time, and I only really got super good what I'm telling you about in the last maybe year or two. And I've still been able to, you know, build a significant real estate portfolio. And you can too, you know. So hope you guys stuck through with this. Hope you can find some value. You know, drop a comment. Let me know if there's anything I missed, anything specific about your area. And, you know, I'll make a video about it. But other than that, this 4-part series, I feel like, is pretty darn rigorous and detailed, right, to all the points that I've learned. So use it, live your life, love the people around you, and do good for society. Signing out from beautiful Blackwell Forest Preserve. Peace.